बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बराअतुम मिनल्लाहि व रसूलिही इलल्लज़ीना आहदतुम मिनल मुशरिकीन फसीहु फिल अर्दी अर्बअता अशहुरिन वअलमु अन्नकुम गैरु मुअजिज़िल्लाहि व अन्नल्लाह मुख़ज़िल काफ़िरीन व अज़ानुम मिनल्लाहि व रसूलिही इलन्नासि यौमल हज्जिल अकबरी अन्नल्लाह बरीउम मिनल मुशरिकीन व रसूलुहु व इन तुबतुम फहुव खैरुल लकुम व इन तवल्लैतुम फ़अलमू अन्नकुम गैरु मुअजिज़िल्लाहि व बश्शिरिल लज़ीना कफ़रू बिअज़ाबिन अलीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। रब्बि यस्सिर वला तुअस्सिर वतम्मिम बिल खैर आमीन या रब्बल आलमीन। Our next phrase is a conjunction phrase, and that's our last phrase. Conjunction phrase, when we say al waladu war rajulu, the boy and the man. So this wa here, which is and, that's our conjunction. So al waladu war rajulu, the boy and the man. We can also say adun was smoothun, ad and smooth. These were simple phrases. We can make a sentence, a jumla ismiya. We can say al waladu hasanun wa mujtahidun. The boy is clever and hardworking. So al waladu, this sentence is starting with an ism. So this is jumla ismiya. And in jumla ismiya, this is our mubtada. And if this is our mubtada, the rest is going to be our khabar. And in this case, our khabar is going to be conjunction phrase, not just one ism. Remember, in the past we said al waladu hasanun, the boy is good. Now we are saying al waladu hasanun wa mujtahidun, the boy is clever or smart and hardworking. So as far as the terminology is concerned, the noun which precedes wa, this noun which is preceding wa here, this noun is called matufan alayhi. Or if a sentence follows before this, that would be called matufan alayhi. And a noun or a sentence or a phrase which follows wa is called matufan, and wa itself is called harful atfi, or harf atf, or particle atf. So that's as far as the terminology is concerned. Now remember, we have discussed in the past that for correct use of a noun in a sentence, we will have to be familiar with 4 aspects of a noun. And those 4 aspects are i'rab, wus'a, jins, and adad. We know, for example, in murakkab tawsifi, sifa has to follow mawsuf in all those 4 qualities, in all those 4 characteristics of a noun. For example, if mawsuf is singular, sifa will have to be singular. If mawsuf is definite, sifa has to be definite. If mawsuf is in rafa, sifa has to be in rafa. And if mawsuf is muzakkar, sifa has also be muzakkar. So mawsuf and sifa has to tally in all these 4 qualities or 4 attributes of a noun. What about this phrase? This phrase is very simple in that matufan alayhi and matuf will only have to agree in i'rab, which means in this case here hasanun is in rafa and mujtahidun has to be in rafa and is in rafa here. From the other three aspects, they do not have to tally. For example, if we look at this jumla failure, we've got a verb here, fail here, so it starts with a fail, not with an ism like here. So that's jumla ismiya, that's jumla failure. Ja'a came, Hamidun wa Zaidun. Hamid and Zaid came. Matufan alahi, harful atfi, ma'tuf. So they're both in Rafa. But as far as the wus'a is concerned, we can say Ja'a Hamidun wa Waladun. Hamid and a boy came. So from the wus'a point of view, Matufan alayh will be here in this example definite, and Waladun, a boy, indefinite. We can also say Ja'a Hamidun wa Zainabu. Hamid and Zainab came. So they do not have to tally in jins either, or we can say Ja'a Hamidun wa Waladani. Hamid and two boys came, so they do not have to tally in number either. So the only attribute of a noun in which they have to tally is Arab. Let us look at this example from Quran. Kazzabat Samudu wa Adun. This is how it is written in Quran, not that way. Kazzabat Samudu wa Adun bil Kharya. The people of Samud and Ad denied the striking calamity. So Matuf Ila and Matuf, they're both in Rafa here. This ayah, it has a history behind it. This is that is Surah Haqqa, which is 69 and ayah number 4, and this is Surah Tawbah, and this is part of ayah number 3. أن الله بريء من المشركين ورسوله. The story behind this is that we know that is normally the case, that any language tends to be preserved in rural locations. In urban locations, because of people from other places, other countries, those who have other languages, they visit urban areas more often, and languages tend to become contaminated. But those who are living in rural areas, they have that original language. So a man came to an urban location and he went to a mosque. Imam was following the prayer, and he joined the congregation. Imam was leading the prayer and he joined the congregation, followed Imam. And when Imam came here on this ayah, part of this ayah, Imam recited أن الله بريء من المشركين ورسوله rather than رسوله. So when that man who came from a far off rural location heard that, he left the congregation and he did the prayer separately himself. When they finished, clearly they noticed him and they asked him, "Why did you leave?" And he said that this mistake was done by Imam. He said Rasuli, he should have recited Rasuluhu. And when this news reached Ali ibn Abu Talib, the Khalifa at the time, and the alarms bell started ringing, and he became shocked, and he decided to preserve the language. And according to one narration, that Ali pondered over the language and concluded that there are three types of kalima in Arabic, which is ism, fail, and harf. And he commissioned one of his companions, associates, the Tabi'een at the time, Abu al-Aswad ad-Duli. and said to him, Onhu hazan nahab, that this is what I have concluded, and you take it from here, or you follow this direction, you follow this general direction. And nahab means direction. So that's how this word arrangement end up being called nahab in grammar. So what was the mistake here? Why the mistake here? If we, I have looked at a book of Arab, and different scholars has given described the Arabs in different way. There are different ways of looking at it as far as the Arab is concerned. It's not a simple ayah from the Arab point of view. However, if we ignore anna here, anna does the same action as inna. Inna tends to come at the beginning of a sentence. Anna comes in between somewhere, usually, generally speaking. So inna will, the noun which follow inna will be in nasab, and also anna, the noun will be in nasab. So here, lafz jalala is in nasab. Anna Allah bari'um minal mushrikeen. Allah is dissociated, or Allah has no obligation to disbelievers. Wa rasuluhu, and his Rasul as well. So if we ignore anna here, then this will be Allahu, and then Rasulun, which is, this is mudaf and mudaf ilayh, that's why it's Rasuluhu. So Rasul is connected to Allah because this is matuf ilayh, and this matuf, they are then connected because they have got the same i'rab. They has to have the same i'rab. On the other hand, if someone ends up reciting Rasulihi, which will be Rasulin, and Mushrikina because of min, it's not Mushrikuna, it's Mushrikina is in jar, and he recited in jar as well. That means B for waw, that noun is now connected to Rasul. And the meaning changes completely. The meaning will be that Allah is dissociated from disbeliever and from his Rasul, which is wrong. And if that is recited deliberately, one will be immediately out of the circle of Islam. So that mistake which came to light at that time, kind of in a way that helped preserve the language. And that was the start of Arabic grammar, because so many people who were non-Arab joined the circle of Islam, and that was not their language. So all the first these harakas which were put in Quran were that of Arab, and then later on the other haraka on other parts of the words also came, so that everyone could read Quran and recite Quran in the correct way. So that's the story behind this ayah. I have written here Ja'a Hamidun wa Zaidun, and here I have written Ja'a Hamidun wa Zaidan. So this is a conjunction phrase, and by definition this cannot be conjunction phrase because Arab is different here. Hamidun is in Raf'a and Zaidan is in Nasr. So that takes us to different types of war in Arabic. First of all, we came across was alphabet war, and then this war is waw atf, wawal atfi we can say, or waw atf, and this war is called wawal ma'ya. Ma'a means with. We have mentioned in one of the videos the meaning of ma'a. So wawal ma'iyati means the waw of togetherness, we can say, things happening at the same time, action taking place at the same time together. So Ja'a Hamidun wa Zaidun, translation will not really be Hamid and Zaid came, although they both came, but the translation will be, because this is a waw ma'ya, not waw atif, translation, correct translation is going to be Hamid came with Zaid. Hamid came accompanying Zaid. When Hamid came, Zaid was accompanying him. Zaid was with him. So basically, they came exactly at the same time. Next time we will inshallah discuss how the waw, when the waw is used as ataf, the actions which are taking place, the people who are coming, for example, in this case, they may not be coming at the same time. They may be coming at the same time, but maybe at separate times. So we will discuss that in the next video, inshallah. Let's look at another example of waw ma'ya. That's from Quran, Surah Maryam, ayah number 68. فَوَرَبِّكَ لَنَحْشُرَنَّهُمْ وَالشَّيَاطِينَ. So, by your Lord, لَنَحْشُرَنَّهُمْ, we are going to gather them, وَالشَّيَاطِينَ, rather than saying and devils, with the devils. So we are going to gather them together with the devils. So this action will be taking place at the same time. So this is wawal ma'ya, not waw ataf. Here is another example and a different kind of waw. This is Surah Baqarah, ayah number 53. وَإِذْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. Remember when we gave Moses book, and this actually means waw bayaniya, which means describing the book. What is the book? The book is Furqan. So remember when we gave Moses the book, the translation correct will be i.e. Furqan, i.e. the criterion which differentiates good from bad, right from wrong. So clearly the scripture which was given to Moses, that was actually Furqan, because that differentiated, that gave the criteria what was right and what was wrong. So this is Wawul Bayaniya. So we have looked at different kinds of waw today, and next time inshallah we will discuss a few other harful ataf other than waw. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta